Hey, good Monday morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here with the MLive Morning Weather Update. We have a couple of really warm days for this time of the year. Our average, what our normal should be, would be highs in the afternoon in the low to mid 40s. So when we're talking 60 or low 60s tomorrow for the southern third of the state, we're obviously talking much warmer than normal. 50s today, 50s and 60s tomorrow. Easing back a little bit late in the week as a storm kind of, intensifies right over Michigan. It won't be any sort of historic, notable storm system really, but it will be a cold, uncomfortable, but much needed rain on the way. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy. Let's get on into it, and we're going to just start with our first batch of rainfall, and that comes in, it looks like, this evening. First in the southwest. Hey, good morning, Frank Sanchez. And Glenn Jewell, thanks for watching the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy. So here's the radar forecast, and this is this afternoon at 3 o'clock. You might start to get some showers. Benton Harbor, St. Joe, Niles, very southwest corner, maybe toward Kalamazoo. And by evening, 6 o'clock, if you want to grill, you probably have some showers in the Grand Rapids area, in the Big Rapids area, Muskegon, maybe Ludington, maybe Lansing, definitely Kalamazoo. These are light, and they swing through all of lower Michigan overnight tonight. One light round of showers, hour or two. Hi, Dave Brooks. And then tomorrow's rain, a little bit heavier. Not heavy, but heavier. Here you see tomorrow morning it looks wet in Ann Arbor and Flint and Saginaw and all of the Detroit area. Monroe. Pamela Todoroff, good question. Why do the systems now in the southwest U.S. and northern and New Mexico not carry the snow up to Michigan? The cold pocket drops down into the southwest, and then by the time it comes here from the southwest, it's not a cold pocket anymore. And that's kind of what we're dealing with late in the week, too. So tomorrow, we'll call it a showery day. This is early afternoon. The showers become less numerous and taper off in the late afternoon, evening hours. And then we go into the storm actually starting to form over the Great Lakes. You can kind of get the beginnings of that on Wednesday. And yes, that is snow over in Wisconsin, but it probably is going to have a really tough time. So here's something better. Here is the European model in the ensemble mode. So what we just looked at was the deterministic mode, and it shows some snow, but a lot of the ensemble members do not. So this is Wednesday, but it does show the deepening storm. So this is Wednesday night, this is Thursday morning, this is Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, and the ensembles do not show anything other than a quick little wet burst of snow for an hour or two, maybe in the southeast, Flint to the Detroit to Ann Arbor area. In the air, the ground will be really warm, and then we get the cooler air circulating around into the weekend, so it's a lake effect showery type thing. But I've got some research for you. I've been working on this this weekend and all this morning, and I'm going to be posting this for you. I think you're going to be interested in this. I've looked at the Great Lakes water temperatures, and I've found that 4 of the lakes are at the warmest, in modern history that they've been at on November 17th. So we have record warmth, I guess is what you would call it, on the Great Lakes water surface right now. And I'm going to do Lake St. Clair too, for those of you that boat on Lake St. Clair, because you're going to be amazed at how much warmer Lake St. Clair is than the long-term average. So I'll have that for you through the afternoon. I'm going to do Lake Superior today and Lake Michigan. Then I'll do Lake Huron, Erie, and Ontario tomorrow, and then I'll give you Lake St. Clair. So I'm just still gathering all of the information. So here's the European model long-term. Hey, good morning, Tom from Clarkston. And here is Wednesday, and then watch the storm system develop just to our east, crank up, and then sweep east by Friday. Cooler air, but not cold. And as we get into the weekend, cool, but not cold. Cool compared to what we've had. And now we go into next week. We start to look toward Thanksgiving. This is Wednesday, and this is Wednesday night. This model would say there's nothing that is cold enough for wintry travel, but it is still 10 days out, so we will still have to continue to watch that. Temperatures. Today, we're almost 60 from Benzonia and Honor to Manistee to Ludington to Grand Rapids to Kalamazoo, Lansing, Ann Arbor. Tomorrow, we are 60, 62 in Grand Rapids, 65-ish in Kalamazoo, near 70 along the border. Ann Arbor, you're probably low 60s tomorrow, and Detroit too. And then you get to, I'll say, Saginaw area, and you're flirting with 60 degrees, and even in Traverse City, mid-50s tomorrow. Then ease back, 50s in the east, 40s in the west on Wednesday. Thursday, cold rain with temperatures in the 40s, a lot of wind. Friday in the 40s. Saturday, highs in the 40s. And next week looks like highs in the 40s as well. One last thing for you. This is the surface temperature anomaly out 16 days. So we'll get to look at Thanksgiving and see if there's any red flag for a lot of cold air. Kendall Bailey wants the wind graph for the storm. Yeah, we can go back to that here in just a second. So we're into this weekend, and we're still warmer than normal, even though we ease back. And then we're at Tuesday before Thanksgiving, warmer than normal. Now we're at Thanksgiving during the afternoon. What does this say? This says we'd be running maybe 5 degrees warmer than normal. So that would put us in the 40s and in the 50s on Thanksgiving. You don't have any travel problems in that issue. Much colder up in the northern plains, northern Rockies, western Canada. So if you're heading that way, you may run into a snowstorm. Now we're into December 1st. We're into December 2nd. We final it out at December 3rd. And the colder air starting to leak in, taking us a couple degrees colder than normal. So that would say by the first week in December, we're going to feel pretty wintry, with high temperatures probably in the 30s. All right, let's see. I think it was Kendall Bailey, I want to say, wanted to see the winds. Let's do that. Give me a second here. Let's take the wind gusts, okay, with the storm system. Here's Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. So this model doesn't go too crazy. I'm going to say wind gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour during the day on Thursday. Maybe some of the waterline areas get a little bit windier than that, but just more of an uncomfortable type wind and storm system rather than any sort of historic or damaging type storm. There it is. Should be a good rain for the drought conditions. We'll get an update on that on Thursday. So, hey, thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have a great Monday.